No report, Moscow, Idaho.
Hey guys, how's it going? I have been watching a lot of videos, ever since this Moscow, Idaho case started taking off. There's just been something weird about it the entire time. So, while everybody else has been doing all this research and we've all kind of been learning as we go and watching and like gaining knowledge from each other, which I think is amazing, and I think that there needs to be more of that. Anyway, I've been looking into one channel, which is Bubbly Waters, and she kind of throws everything at the wall, and you dig through and see what sticks, see what makes sense, see what is logical and realistic, because I'm a realist and I can't really think about anything any other way than like the realistic expectation of what could possibly happen. So, this Idaho 4 case has irked many on the internet because it is so strange the way that law enforcement has been acting, the way the college has been acting. What is it that is being what is it that's so unfathomable? Because I think most people in the real world understand the reality. I know what I think it is and what I think happened. And I'd like to share that completely, but I feel like I need to give a little background before I do. So I started looking into like I said, I watch Bubbly Waters channel, and she does a lot of just simple reading police reports from Moscow, Idaho. And let's say on an average day, there's 20 calls. About 19 of them are tagged as no report. Literally, no report. No report. They had a situation that warranted a 911 call, and an officer responded, went to the scene of this incident, and law enforcement deemed it irrelevant to the point of law enforcement deemed, okay, this is my thing. I always think about any kind of time I've ever needed to call 911. Most people, hopefully, haven't ever needed to call 911. And if you don't need to call 911 and you can call the non-emergency phone call line, that's great. But sometimes people have emergencies and they need to call 911. And when they do, regardless of whatever bullshit narrative is out there, 9 times out of 10, when you're calling 911, it's because there's an emergency. Sure, there are accidental dials. Sure, your phone can accidentally go through. They have a system that pretty much beep, okay, they called, nobody responded, it must just be a butt dial. Those are not the calls that are holding up our 911 operators. I'm talking about just normal phone calls of people that, have domestic disputes, have had people stalking them, have had suicidal thoughts, and to know that after you have called 911 because you had something that you were really uncomfortable about, like say you're in a store and someone is following you and you feel uncomfortable to the point that you call 911. 911 officers, or you talk to somebody, a dispatcher, and they deem your situation relevant enough to send an officer to you. And at that time, that officer takes notes, discusses, y'all have a discussion, you tell him what has happened, and he tells you what? Do they not give you a case number and say, here, if you need a police report, you need to follow up in 2 days? I don't know. I've dealt with 911 before, and the officer that came to my home gave me his card, and it had a case number on it, and I was able to, if I needed, go and get a filing of the report of the incident that happened. Because God forbid something else happened, guys. I mean, this is what I'm talking. This is the problem. It's not about the fact that every single day, even since this situation, every single day they have 75% of their 911 calls have no reports filed for them. What are y'all doing? Because I'm gonna tell you, as a woman, like, if you had a situation, like an ex-boyfriend, I don't know, an old roommate that is, like, bitter, I don't know, just you had a situation where, like, you know, you had a roommate, you kicked them out, and they came back to your house and, like, made you feel scared to the point that you called 911 and wanted to have a police officer, come to your house, which is not things people want to do, guys. This is not what we are, like, chipping at the bit to do, is say, what do I want to do this evening? I think I'll call a police officer over to my house. Absolutely not. Nobody wants to do that shit. So, given the situation that now I have called a police officer to my home or to my place of incident, and I have, like, a person stalking me or a person sitting in the car next to me making lewd gestures, I don't know what the fuck, whatever it is, fill in the blank, and you're gonna have an entire police force not even note it, not even, like, say anything, not even, like, put anything. That seems very, very, very troubling. Like, what is your job? What are you doing? Why are you documenting all the shit if you're not actually gonna, like, help people? Okay, so say this situation happens on a Friday, and then Sunday, that same person comes back and you call 911 again because, hey, this person that law enforcement told me that they made it clear to that person that I did not want them on my property. So now I'm dealing with a situation where this person's back on my property. What should one do if there's no effing reference to what happened on Friday? What is the point of even going to the calls if you're not going to actually file a report with it? Honestly, truly. I mean, I'm serious as a heart attack, guys. Like, what is the actual point if you're not going to file a report? So that when Sunday comes along and this asshole is back on your property and you call 911, they have, hey, this person from this phone number, I mean, come on, guys, AI. It should be super simple. It's already tracking everything else. Why couldn't it just keep track of, hey, Betty Sue at 555 West Main Street called Friday and said, hey, this person is harassing me and I've asked them to get off my property and it's Sunday and they're back. And I not only do, like, I hope, this probably isn't the same person. I don't know if you guys ever called a call center. You're not going to get the same person. So you're going to have to re-explain your story to this new 911 representative person. It is not like, hey, all right, Betty Sue, calling in. You know what just happened with Leon on Friday. Better watch out. Might as well go on and send dispatch out because you know he's violent and he broke all her shit last time he was there. No, they're going to pull up a blank report and say, cool, guys, thanks. So then the cop shows up and then I as a victim, have to then re-explain every fucking thing that has already happened to this new officer. And then that cop doesn't file a report. And then Monday, oh shit, somebody's dead. Well, we have no idea how that could have happened. We don't have anything in our system that would have prevented this or made us aware of the fucking situation. So we would say, hey guy, you need a temporary restraining order. Get the fuck away. You've been asked to leave 20 times. Leave. You're harassing. Let it go. No. Now you have a situation where, there's a dead body. So now that no report police call that y'all wanted to minimize for whatever purposes, now that assault charge or harassment call has formed into a murder. And everybody's saying, wait a minute, why didn't y'all see this coming? I mean, it's a running joke in this case about this, like, no report thing, but in the big picture, guys, like, if that was you and that was your 911 call, would you want the police office that you are paying your tax dollars to, and you're like, would you want them just saying, nah, too busy to fucking fill out this paperwork, it's not that important? Out of, like, 75% of the phone calls every single day, every single day? What are y'all doing with that information? Because you're taking down people's personal information daily. Who's getting these papers? Who's getting these notes? Like, honestly, it's concerning. Hey y'all, thanks for listening to Criminal Irony. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all later. Bye.